What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Hey, listen, I don't know what it is with this little cowlick right here that will not, it just, I don't know why it won't stay down. It just keep popping up. Listen, hey everybody. Yana, C. Golden, what's up, Yakratis, Brandon, Lock, I was gonna say Lock Baby. I was getting Lock Queen and Little Baby mixed up. I said it again. Lock Queen and Little Baby. Quintessential. Hey, C. Golden. What's up, Ebby? Hey, Xavier. Alikala and Tracy. What's up, you guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Listen, I highlighted that comment, Quintessential, because that same video popped up in my timeline, I think yesterday. It was like a blab video with y'all, Lady Nika and James from like 5 years ago or something like that. And the funny thing is, I've seen that video. Well, I've seen parts of that video before, but at the time, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who y'all was, who I think spilling all the tea. You were going through spilling all the tea, going by spilling all the tea then. But I didn't know who he was, and I hadn't met him. And so it was funny the first time, but it was funnier now that I know y'all. It's funnier. So that same video popped up in my timeline too. Hey, Jonathan, what's up, boo? Hey, Corlette, what's up? How you guys doing? Yeah. It happened. It popped up a couple of months ago for me, but it's funny how it popped up. Yeah. So it have both our timelines. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Y'all must know the seasons must be changing. It's funnier now because I know you, and you know, it was funny before, but because I know you and I know how funny you are, and I know your personality a little bit better. Like, I didn't know anything about who this person was before, right? So you know the seasons must be changing because my cup is out. One of my subscribers got me this cup last year for my birthday, and it says, "This is probably Jack and Coke." Y'all remember this cup? But I haven't, and it's one of those cups that keeps things hot and keeps things cold. And so I haven't been using it a lot in the winter because in the winter, I don't really do a lot of cold drinks. I like room temperature. I like my water room temperature. I like my sodas, all of that room temperature. I don't really do a lot. But when the weather warms up, I want my ice again. So my cup is back out, y'all. Ready to rock and roll. Listen, spring break has officially begun. My spring break started today at 3:20. Even though I was in a meeting at 3:20, I was like, y'all got jokes? Because my spring break starts right now. Why am I in this meeting? But it was a meeting that I wanted, so couldn't really complain about something I wanted. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, listen. Water room temperature, everything else ice cold. Hey, Jay Parrish, how you doing? I hadn't seen you in a while. I was listening to Beautiful Soul, aka Tabitha. Either it was today, and she was saying the same thing, and I said, yeah, I haven't seen Jay Parrish in a while. I hope you are well. Hope your absence was not due to any strife or anything. I hope you were just kind of busy and taking a break from the YouTube for a while. You know what? I want an ice maker. I saw one. I was gonna get one a few years ago, and then I sort of got away from it. At one point in time, I was very, very anemic, and I promise you, I was buying like a bag of ice a day. I'm not that bad anymore, but man, I feel like I was getting ice every single day, and I was just eating cups and cups of ice. But I kind of got away from that. Your spring break starts next week. What? Yeah, my water. I want my water room temperature, but when it's like it got up to 80 degrees today. Like, I'm trying to hold on and not turn my air conditioner on. Y'all see, I got the ceiling fan. I got my window open, but y'all know I just spent a whole lot of money on my air conditioner. So a part of me is like, girl, you just spent a whole lot of money on your damn air conditioner. You need to just go on and make it do what it do. But then there's a part of me that's like, but I just can't wrap my brain around it. Anyway, it'll if it's supposed to be warm again tomorrow, it'll probably be on by the end of the weekend, child. It might be on by the end of the night if the weather. I'm like, well, once the sun goes down, it'll cool off. But if it don't cool off, it'll be on by tonight. What's up, Dewana? How you doing? Have I heard of water ice before? I've heard of water ice only because when I would go to Philly, they call it water ice in Philly. To us, we call it ices. We just call them ices. I eat so much. Well, I used to eat so much water because damn, ice. I damaged my teeth. My teeth are sensitive now. I have very sensitive teeth now from eating so much damn ice. Yeah, Italian water. Yeah, Italian water is what we call it. Yeah. Off topic, can anybody answer? Does anyone know of any free, inexpensive programs that make picture slideshows with music? Can't you just do if you have an iPhone, you can do it on the iPhone, can't you? Yeah, Readers is great. I like Readers. You could do a PowerPoint. You could do right? Can't y'all just do that like on the iPhone? Y'all put it in the comments because y'all know more about that stuff than I do. But I'm pretty certain you can do that on the iPhone. Just do like a slideshow and you can put water on it. Okay, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. iMovie on Windows Movie Maker or Windows Movie Maker, right? You could do it with Magisto app. I never heard of that. I have to look out that myself. Star, what's up, Star? Right. If you have an iPhone, you can just make a slideshow and do a screen record. Yeah, I think there are a lot of different options. Hey, Jaded. Hey, boo. All right, y'all. So we got a few things to cover because the last couple of days, I haven't really done hot topics. Yesterday, we did. Okay, I'm sorry. I got to turn the air on. I'm hot. Like, I've been taking a nap. I was talking to Abby earlier, and I was like, all right, I'm about to lay down. I'm going to go live a little earlier than I normally go live, and then I'm going to take me a nap. And so I literally just woke up like a few minutes ago, but like the more I sit here, the hotter I'm getting. I'm about to turn the air on because I'm hot. Like when I'm sitting still and I'm hot, that's a problem. I guess while I was asleep, I was fine. Ciao. Teamwork made the dream work. I'm still like it's COVID. What DeWanda talking about? I must have missed something. I met someone. I have a dryer that works, and he has a washer. I know that's right. Yeah, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. You took a nap too, Jaded? Yes, honey. I'm gonna tell you, I've been asleep. I have been really, really tired this week. I have been really, really tired. Like, I feel like I have taken a nap almost every day this week when I came home from work. And some laptops have slideshows. Yeah. You just finished work, Quintessential. Yeah, you on Central Standard Time. So, yesterday we did the teacher project, and then we did the live of Real Housewives of Jersey, and then Wednesday we did the Queen Sugar. So I haven't done hot topics in a while. So I got a few things to cover. So let me go through some of this stuff for y'all. So first of all, thank you, Jaded. Thank you. Thank you, Abby, for texting me to see if I was awake. As you can see, my ringer was off. So, well, you can't see that, but I'm telling you, my ringer was off. So I appreciate you calling to make sure I was awake, but it wouldn't help me. All right, let's go through some of these hot topics. Let's go through some of this stuff, and then we're going to get on some of the more pertinent things that I wanted to sort of focus on. First of all, let's talk about this. The Miami Heat will open up their stadium, but you must have had a vaccine to get in. So when you go to get your vaccine, they give you a card. For those of you who've gotten your shot, y'all know what I'm talking about. You get a card. So the Miami Heat says, listen, we're going to open up our stadium. We're going to let fans in, but you got to have a card. And I'm thinking that this is going to become a trend, right? I feel like this is going to become a trend. Now, what I also feel like is that the Miami Heat is going to get sued. Because if I'm a season ticket holder and I've paid the Miami Heat a whole lot of money for my tickets, for you to say you can't come in unless you've had a vaccine, that ain't a mandatory situation. I feel like they're going to get sued, y'all. I feel like they're not going to be the only one to do this, especially if people feel like they can get away with it. But I'll be very interested to see when and how fast they get sued. Right, China. Now, all of a sudden, Florida care about restrictions. Did y'all not just have a whole outdoor concert that extended the whole city of Miami last week during spring break? I'm just saying. Y'all, that's a valid point. Y'all said, so this is the new age segregation. You know, I don't know about the age segregation part, but I definitely feel like this is going to be a violation of civil rights. Now, it's going to cross the line into private public property. Like, for example, in the states, like the state of Texas, where the governor lifted the mandate on wearing a mask, if you have private property, you can still enforce the mandate. So on public property that the governor controls, sure, I can walk down the street without a mask on. I can go into a public building without a mask on. But if I walk into someone's private business and they say, listen, you cannot enter without a mask, it's private property. And I can do that. So DC is not here, my legal correspondent. If she's up in the bushes, I need your opinion on this. But it'll be interesting to see. It'll definitely be interesting to see how that breaks down. It will be very interesting. Again, it'll be interesting to see private property, public property, and then China White brought up a good, Golda brought up a good point, public health issue. It will be very, very interesting. Now, the other thing is, once we have achieved what they're calling herd immunity, I'm wondering if DC. So I don't know how much you heard. Okay, thank you. See what I'm talking about. My people. Boom. Legal. I need my legal correspondent's opinion on this one. The Miami Heat will have vaccinated only stadium seats. Right. So you can go to a Miami Heat game, but you must have had the vaccine, meaning you show your vaccination card. And my thing was, that might sound like a good idea to a lot of people, but I'm wondering, is that going to become a legal issue? If I'm a season ticket holder and I don't want to get the vaccine, does it then become a legal issue where I can sue, or is it going to come down to public versus private? Like the Miami Heat, because it's sort of like the same thing where, in the NFL, you can't come into the stadium with a closed up purse. You have to wear one of those clear bags. You can't wear a regular purse. And the NFL made it a rule throughout the whole NFL. And so any NFL game you go to, you can't get into a stadium unless you have a clear bag, or it can't be larger than a certain. I think it can't be larger than like a little pouch, I guess, in case you have, feminine products or something like that. But you can't carry like a regular size shirt. Okay. That's a good point. We already have no shirt, no shoes. So, okay. So I'm wondering, but I promise you somebody's going to sue. They're going to have to create the mandate. You explained it generally correct. Season ticket holders, it's a part of the terms formed in the contract. New people, civil rights. Okay. So that will be something that when you go to buy a ticket, it'll probably be part of the terms and agreement from moving forward. Okay. Maybe people will be grandfathered in if they already have season tickets into next season. And then next season, it'll be part of the new terms and agreements or updated terms and agreements. Okay. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you guys. I see that becoming, if places like the NBA can get away with it, I see it becoming more of a norm. So like for concerts, at least for right now, at least until we achieve what's called herd immunity. As a capitalist, I think the market may be quicker than the courts when that starts affecting the bottom line, because no vaccine is approved for children yet. Now, that's a valid point too. And what if I'm one of those people that can't take the vaccine? Now what? I may be willing to take the vaccine, but I am precluded from taking the vaccine. Now what becomes the issue? It'll be interesting. And I think I said this before, as an educator, I see that becoming something down the road for us and not too far down the road. As far as educators having to take vaccines, I don't see, because it impacted education for so long and so the impact was so great. I definitely see that becoming a conversation. I really do. I really do. Yeah, you better read the fine print. That's a valid point, Ebby. I know how we just be hitting when we go to do something and it'd be like terms and agreement, and we just click the box and keep it moving. We don't read that thing. Most of us don't. Don't even lie to yourself. Y'all can sit here, but most of us just scroll to the bottom, click the little X, and keep it moving. And but I definitely see if the Miami, because this is just the Miami Heat. This isn't the whole NFL, right? I mean NBA right now. It is just the Miami Heat. But if the Miami Heat do it and it works out and they get minimal pushback, and like DC said, the court usually have a hard time catching up. I mean, we're still trying to legislate the internet. Private companies have rights themselves, but there are limits based on size, inter and intrastate commerce and regulations, etc. Yeah, I just see it being the future. Again, I'm not saying tonight, tomorrow, next week, but I definitely see it becoming a conversation, especially if the Miami Heat are successful with this. Now, I just saw the headline. I didn't read the whole article, so I don't know if that's going to start next season or if they're going to put that in play now, which I don't even think that probably would have to be next season, because they wouldn't. I don't see them being able to put that in play now when everybody can't even get the vaccine yet. It's, there's a lot of places are still at tier 1, tier 2. Also, we have to take into consideration that this is Miami. We're talking about Florida is about to hit their spike soon. Oh yeah. I will be interested to see what those numbers look like going into next week after last week with spring break. Absolutely, AJ. Absolutely. And no, think of all this could have been avoided if America had acted right and done a full lockdown. Well, Rutgers University is making all students get a vaccine for the fall. Now, see, Rutgers is a private institution, so they can do that at a private school. A public school, though, state schools might have a harder time with that. But a private school, see, I'm telling y'all, I see that in the future. Hey, P, what's up, boo? I personally think the power will be in the purse in this situation. Old-fashioned dollar vote. Courts sometimes drive like karma. 86-year-old lady in the rain. Yeah. In Houston, they have all these free places to get the vaccine. Yeah, it's becoming a lot easier now. But what I'm saying is the NBA season has already started. So it's sort of like, changing the rules in the middle of the game kind of thing. So if this is something they're putting in place, I can see that becoming an issue for next season. I think it would be really hard for them to put that in play now, because they've already started the season, and because the vaccine just isn't. There are a lot of places where people still can't get the vaccine. Now, most places you can get it if you want it, but there are a lot of places where they still have not moved to that next tier. But does Rutgers take federal student funding? Schools that take federal student aid attached to students have federal regulations. They do. That's another point. That's a very valid point, DC. And you know what? That's something that I'm going to look up for the teacher project. We'll have a conversation about that because that's very valid. Only 13% of the country is vaccinated. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. For right now, I just took the screenshot when I saw the headline. I probably should have read the because I didn't. I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't. That's my fault. But I'll go back and find out more information on it. Anytime we want to run back wild, we start yelling about treading on my rights. This is America. You right. Okay. A private institution. Yeah. And see, I went to a private college. I went to private school. For example, I went to private school my whole life. We had to wear uniforms long before uniforms in public school was a thing. None of my friends had to wear uniforms in school. I had to wear uniform from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. And so again, it's a private school. They can do what they want. But same thing with the point you're saying about the testing. I mean, about the funding is because a lot of private schools don't have to do the state testing because they don't take don't take federal funds. So de Blasio wants 85,000 workers back at work May 3rd. Yeah, okay. Lord. You would think they would be more concerned with getting kids vaxxed in order to get them safely back to school. So Rutgers does. I mean, did I say Rutgers? Yeah, Rutgers does have federal aid. So okay, well, we're gonna do some more research and see how it goes because I'm telling you, I said that a couple of weeks ago. Did I not say that about the vaccine? That I definitely see that becoming. Now, I could see something. I could see them using the vaccine as incentive. For example, there were, y'all know I grew up in DC and the Bullets, I call them the Bullets. I don't call them the Wizards, they the Bullets. They suck for a long time. They're not a good team. They haven't been a good team. They have good seasons, but overall, consistently since my whole childhood, they ain't really been a great team, okay? And they will have these things throughout the season to try to increase ticket sales where they will be like, their Thanksgiving, and I think a lot of teams do this, but teams that don't have as many people in the stadium and the stands probably do this more than the other teams do, like teams that sell out. But for Thanksgiving, if you bought, like for back to school, if you bought school supplies, you got a free ticket to an upcoming game, right? For Thanksgiving, if you bought canned goods, you got a free ticket for an upcoming game. Toys for Tots, the same thing. And then they had all of these things. Once you got there, then they will upgrade you. So if you got the little cheap ticket because you bought, and I'm telling you, because my dad and my uncle used to do this every damn year. They would go to like 5 games for the price of one $5 ticket. Because the tickets were already $5. Let me start there. The tickets were $5. But if you bought a canned good, then you got hey, what's up, Fire Spawn? Then you got a ticket for the next game. And then they would get there and they would get an upgrade because they had so many empty seats, right? So my dad and my uncle would start in the nosebleeds for $5 and they would end up behind the damn bench. I'm exaggerating, but they would end up with really good seats. And they would do this for like 5 or 6 games a year. And for them, they were good with that. Like, they were like, I'm cool. And so I could see that being an incentive where they say, hey, if you show your vaccine card, we'll give you a free upgrade or we'll give you tickets to an upcoming game. But to mandate it right now, I think is a bit premature right now. But all right, let me read a couple of these comments and then we'll move on to the next topic. I went to public, but my cousins went to charter and private. Them schools don't play. Yeah. I should say some parts of Europe are in 3rd lockdown. Yeah. France and Italy are back on lockdown. I think we talked about that the other day. Sure are. As for me, I'm still taking precautions. They can call it what they want. My mama's friend invited me to church on Easter. The church never closed during the pandemic. Asked me if I'm going. Nope, girl, they ain't never closed. I don't even know how they were legally able to stay open. Lord, that can for ticket scam we used to do for AAU. Right. So that let you know where the bullets were, okay? And I'm telling y'all, my dad and my uncle, the basketball season starts in the preseason starts in like, October, September, October, whatever. But I'm telling y'all, my dad and my uncle would do that for weeks. I mean, they did it for like 4 or 5 years straight. 4 or 5 years straight. They would end up going to 5 or 6 games, and all they paid was $5. And my dad be like, I gotta get my canned good. It's the canned good game. He'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go by the dollar store and get some toys. We're going, because let's be clear, he went to the dollar store but he would get a bunch of toys. But he would take a bunch of toys. He'd be like, I'm gonna get my toys for the Toys for Tots and give me my game and get my ticket. I'd be like, Daddy, you still won the games on that same ticket? He'd be like, mm-hmm. Him and my uncle. And then they would get upgraded every time. So for that $5 ticket. Ciao. Okay. All right, y'all. So we're going to come back to that one. All right. Soho Karen is being sued by the family of the teen she falsely accused of taking her cell phone. Now, again, The family, y'all remember the story a couple of months ago. The teen was sitting in the lobby waiting for his dad to come downstairs. I think they were getting ready to go to dinner or something like that. And she could not find her damn cell phone. And she accused the boy of stealing her phone and made the manager of the hotel stop him. And the father came downstairs and they eventually arrested her. I don't know what's going on with her legal case, and we know that ain't nothing really gonna happen with that. So ain't no need us even stressing about the legal case. But the father is suing, and not only is the father suing her, the father is also suing the hotel, the parent company of that, because it was one of those boutique hotels, but suing that hotel's parent company because of the way it was handled by management. And if you saw the tape or you remember the tape, the manager was wrong too, because he played along with that bullshit. The manager was wrong too. Now, again, she would have got a 2-piece and a lawsuit. Now, Jacob Blake, if you remember the young man who was shot in the back this summer, trying to get in his car, and now he's paralyzed, he's in a wheelchair. He's also suing the cop that shot him. Now, DC again, you my legal correspondent, but he's probably not going to be successful because as a police officer, the police officer has certain protections. And if he was cleared by the union and he was cleared by his job, which he was, I don't think he's going to be successful. I mean, I like to see him doing it. Don't get me wrong. And I want him to be successful. Let's be clear. I want him to be successful, but I don't think, and that's part of the problem with police officers that they do. I forget the legal term. There's a legal term for it, but they are protected from things like that in the line of duty. If they're doing this in their line of duty. Again, I ain't saying I agree, y'all. I'm saying that I'm telling you what I know the law. Remember I told you as a teacher, I'm bonded for a certain amount of money. So you can sue me. And if I'm cleared by my union and I'm cleared by the school and they say, well, this situation happened while she was performing her duties and she didn't do anything wrong and she wasn't negligent, then you can only sue the school system. And then it would only be for what I'm necessarily bonded for. Now, if something happens and I'm found guilty or found outside of the scope of my duties, that's another conversation. But the fact that she was clear, I mean, that this cop was cleared and he was found that he was within, his duties, I don't know. Okay, yes, Abby would have been sued for ragtagging that ass for touching my kid. Yes. Oh, yes. Well, remember the father was pissed, and you can hear him all on the tape, But again, just like with the Cheryl Underwood situation, people wanted to act like he was wrong for being aggressive and being upset. No, he wasn't. He wasn't wrong at all for feeling the way he felt about coming down off the elevator, and you see the manager and this woman yelling at your child, and the manager, telling your child he can't go nowhere and to empty his pockets. Oh no, Houston, we got a problem. Houston, we have a problem, a big problem. I love when Hotel Karen said she is PR. She tried to other herself. Oh, that she's Puerto Rican. Girl, I thought you meant I don't know what I thought you meant. What's up? It's me, D. Did you guys talk about Meghan McCain? No, we ain't got to her yet, honey, because that's gonna be a minute. We ain't talked about her yet. Matter of fact, about to get to her in a second. In other words, she understood. Absolutely, P. She absolutely understood. And listen, races of all kinds exist. Okay, I can have a bias against another black person. I can look around the room, see a room full of white kids, and zero in on a black kid and assume that the black kid was the one that stole my phone. Just because I'm black does not mean that I don't have biases and I don't feel a certain kind of way. Just because they my own, I can still be wrong. And being Puerto Rican does not absolve you, ma'am. So I definitely hope now her case is a little different. There might be some damages in her case. But in the case of Jacob Blake, I just, I feel bad about it. But now this next highlight is going to take us into Meghan McCain. Okay, it's going to take us into Meghan McCain. Lauren, you right on time. Dr. Rachel Levine was confirmed as Assistant Health Secretary following Senate vote, making her the first openly transgender woman to do so. Now, why does this take us to Meghan McCain? Well, wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here you go. Meghan McCain has been in hot water a couple of times this week. One time because some things that she said in the past have come back to bite her in the butt, and she had to issue an apology for. The second is for something she said either yesterday or Tuesday. So let's deal with the first one first, and then we'll get to the second comment. So the first comment she made a few months ago, and I actually remember when she said this because I know I watch The View every day. I don't always watch it on time. Sometimes I'll be looking at last week's episode today, but I watch it, okay? So this lets you know how long ago it was. 45 was still in office. And 45 had made some disparaging comments about the China flu, calling it the Wuhan flu, the China flu. And the View, they were having a conversation about why he shouldn't label it that and why it is inappropriate. And they were talking then about Asian Americans being targeted and Asian Americans being singled out, wrongly being singled out. And Meghan defended him. Meghan said, well, I don't really care what they call it. I mean, the fact is that it did come from China. The fact that, yeah, the Kung flu, the Hong Kong flu, yeah, the Kung flu, yeah. The fact that it did come from China and it did come from Wuhan. And if China had done a better job of giving us information and containing it, we wouldn't be in this mess. So I really don't have a problem with it. And Whoopi tried to argue with her then and say, okay, well, I do have a problem with it because we have Asian Americans being beaten on the street because somehow people in their mind have connected Wuhan flu. You look Asian, I'm going to whoop your ass. They might not even be from China. Well, this weekend, I don't know if you guys watch John oh shit. Last night tonight. Yeah, John, oh shit. Y'all know who, put it in the comments. Little baby, somebody help me out. I know y'all know who I'm talking about. John, as soon as y'all write it, it's gonna pop in my head. As soon as y'all write it, oh my gosh. John, okay, one of y'all gonna put it in the comments. Last week tonight, yes, thank you. Last week tonight with John, one of y'all gonna put it in the comments. He does a show on I think it comes out on Sundays. I tape it, I watch it, you know. And when he comes for you, when I say he be lighting people up, he lighting people up. John Oliver, thank you. I knew somebody was gonna give it to me. When I say he be lighting people up, he be lighting people up. Well, this weekend's episode, he lit Meghan McCain up for how ignorant her comments were, how dangerous her comments were in the light of what happened last week with the mass shooting, murder down in Atlanta. And of course, it resurfaced. All of those things were resurfaced this weekend because people watched the show, and it might have been people who didn't look at The View or who didn't remember she said it, and it brought all of that stuff back up. And so, of course, she had to issue an apology. Now, let's be clear. Do we think she meant that apology? Absolutely not, because people tried to tell her in the moment that she was wrong. Whoopi tried to tell her in the moment, this is ignorant, this is wrong. People are being beaten on the street. People are being, Asian Americans are being harassed, and they're being beaten. They're being assaulted. Like, all of these things are happening as a result of this being out there. And the fact that 45, the person at the top, are saying these things and people are okay with it, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So she ended up having to apologize. But most people do not feel like the apology was sincere because, again, in the moment, somebody tried to tell you why it was dangerous and you didn't back down from it. You ain't care. Let me take a sip. Let me read some of the comments before we get to what she said yesterday. She either said it yesterday or the day before yesterday. Okay. Oh, you're talking about the different strands coming from different places other than China? Exactly. And the reality is, even if the strand did come from China, even if that's it, that's all, there's no more to the story. Again, calling it the China flu, when somebody, it's one of those situations of when you know better, you do better type of thing. When you might not think it's harmless until somebody says to you, listen, it is harmless to call it the China flu because as a result of us calling it the China flu, this is what's happening. And so it's kind of like in that moment, what you should have done, Meghan McCain, is said, oh, damn. Wow. I didn't realize this is what was happening. But the fact that you doubled down on it because you didn't care, that's the problem. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What's going on? All I could think of is the scene in Karate Kid where Jaden is speaking Chinese to the Asian man next to him, and the man said, "I'm from Detroit." Right. Okay, that part. China told the world within 3 days our countries didn't care about our lives and take it seriously. And let's be clear. Uh-oh, wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. My battery is... Hold on. Uh-oh, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold on. My cord must have fallen out. It's saying my battery's running low. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me plug my camera in. Plug my computer in. Uh-oh. Sorry about that, y'all. I didn't realize my camera was unplugged. My computer was unplugged until the little, your battery is running low, popped up on my screen. I'm like, how my battery running low? But I must have somewhere knocked out my charger. Okay. Facts. My thing is, I lost my damn train of thought now. But let's be clear. Even if China did tell us, because when they told us, when they didn't tell us, whatever, the reality is when we got the information, we still ain't do shit with it. Okay, we still had piss poor leadership that didn't take it seriously, that didn't put any things in place, that didn't make any provisions or protect us in any way, shape, or form. And even when the facts were given to us as an American people, we still ain't want to do shit. We still don't want to wear masks. We still didn't, during lockdown, people was complaining about not being able to do this and do that, all of that. So even if, let's assume worst case scenario, China did sit on the information. Once we got all of the facts, we still ain't do shit that we were supposed to do as a country. Not individually, but as a country. So, right, that's what I'm saying, Zap. Most of us do. But the fact that we are still seeing clips on TV, there was a clip, it was in this area. It was a lady in this area. I want to say she was either in DC or in Maryland. It was right here near where I live. And it was a clip that was making the rounds on the news where this woman didn't want to put her damn mask on. And the manager wouldn't let her in the store. And she was acting a damn fool. And, I know what it was. And she ended up calling the manager a nigga. Right? Called him a bitch ass nigga to be exact. Then tried to come back and say, well, I'm not racist because I have biracial children. Now, this just happened recently. So, again, we literally, a year later, we still have people who do not want to wear their mask. Anyway, child. You just saw it, Tracy? Yeah, I saw it earlier this week. Oh, okay. I thought that was in my area, P. Okay, that was in your city. I thought that was where I live. Maybe it was on the local news here, and I just assumed. My bad. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Give me a second, Lord. I gotta turn it. Oh, I'm hot. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Let me turn this air conditioner on. Oh, I'm hot. Jeez, yeah. Give me a second. Let me close this window, and I'll be right. I'll be back. I'll be right there. Ooh, I tried, y'all. Then I got this light right in my face. Ooh, I tried to hold out, y'all. Okay. That was a New York City bagel shop. Okay, I apologize. I thought that was local, probably because I saw it on the local news. I assumed it was a local story. I see what happens when you assume. See what happens when you assume. You know what, DC? I'm not doing that with you. Okay. 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 Now let's talk about the second thing. It was in Manhattan. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was here in DC, because I remember thinking, damn, that happened here. Okay. Not that it matters. Again, the point is valid. I mean, when I say not that it matters, I don't mean for UP. I mean for me that I got it wrong. But the point is valid, you know. But I don't know. I thought I said, that happened down here. Ooh. So the second thing that went down this week with crazy ass Meghan McCain goes back to the story I just read, where we have our first transgender woman being confirmed to being a cabinet member. She's the assistant secretary of, was it public health? What did I say? Public health? I want to make sure. Assistant health secretary, yes. So she made a comment earlier this week about people basically speaking out against affirmative action, right? People getting positions. She said the Democrats are making such a mistake by putting people in places just to say that they did it, just to say they put a Black person in this position, or a trans person in this position, or a gay person in this position, just to say they did it, instead of finding the person who is the most qualified. And sometimes it's not a popular opinion, but sometimes the most qualified person might just be a white man or a white woman. And why, Democrats are going out of their way to make a statement instead of putting the best person in that position. Well, of course, when she said it, her panelists, Sunny, Whoopi, and Joy, ripped her a new one and reminded her that a lot of times the most qualified person in the room isn't because they're smarter, isn't because they are better, but it is because they have been given the opportunities for the experience simply because they're a white man or a white woman. So, for example, I'll just take Dr. Levine, who's just been confirmed. So just because she's a trans woman doesn't mean she's less qualified. But what it does mean is that because she's a trans woman, she may not have had access to all of the opportunities as, let's say, a white man would have had. So that doesn't mean she's smarter. I mean, that she's not as smart. Doesn't mean that she can't do a great job. It just means that simply because of discrimination, she hasn't been given the opportunities. And then, of course, the media, Twitter, and everybody else let her a new one, because basically out of everybody on The View, you are the least qualified for what you're doing, because you are there simply because you are who? The daughter to John McCain. Every opportunity you have gotten in media, in politics, has been as a result of who your daddy was. The first campaign you ever worked on was your daddy's campaign. You wrote a blog. You started a blog in your early 20s, and it gained traction because of who? Your daddy. You wrote a book about being what? John McCain's daughter. So if we want to start talking about people who are qualified, you are the least qualified to do what the fuck it is that you're doing on that panel, ma'am. And they lit her ass up. Jenna Bush. But I will say this about Jenna Bush. I've never heard Jenna Bush not acknowledge the fact that doors were open to her because she was a Bush. I've even heard her speak on the drinking and the things that because her and them, Megan, they used to run together. I've even heard her speak about knowing that life was easier for her because of her dad. I won't completely disagree, but representation has to stop somewhere. And if your applicant implicit bias is only focused on white applicants, you'll always leave out others. Facts. Did I see where Megan tried to do what Megan tried to do to Kamala Harris? No, what did she do to Kamala Harris? Yeah, I mean, I've heard Jenna Bush speak on those years of when they used to get drunk and they used to get in trouble and all of that. And she said that she absolutely knew, that Malia, because I think I remember her speaking specifically about Malia and Sasha and saying they would have never been able to do what we did. They never would have been able to get away with what we got away with. The media would not have given them any passes. And she was like, yeah, the media was bad on us. I mean, it was in the media. People knew what happened, but it was sort of a story for a couple of weeks. And then we went on about our business. I remember her speaking on that, saying Sasha and Malia would never have been given that. It just wouldn't have gone down that way. Yeah, she absolutely stood up for Malia and Sasha. She did. She absolutely did. And the reality of the situation is, again, I think that's what people need to understand. I think that's what people need to understand is that saying that someone is more qualified is not enough, because the reality is sometimes when you look at people's resume, maybe this person's resume is better. Absolutely. But maybe this person's resume isn't as good as this person's because this person is a white man who had certain doors open to him simply because he was a white man, and this person was a black woman, and so those same doors were closed. I'm just saying. The part where Kamala said she would trust Dr. Fauci. No, I missed that. I missed that. She took a clip of Kamala Harris last spring saying she didn't trust what Donald was doing with the vaccine. She used that clip to explain why Republicans don't trust the vaccine, but purposely left out the part where Kamala said she would trust Dr. Fauci. Well, yeah, that's what they do. They gaslight. I didn't know she had done that, but I'm not surprised that she did it. So Meghan McCain, y'all know how I feel about Meghan McCain. Y'all know Meghan McCain irks my every nerve. Y'all know that I think she is horrible for The View and that they really do need to get her off of there. I just had a conversation this week. I think it was at the doctor's office. Where was I this week that I had this conversation with somebody? It wasn't at work. It might have been, where did I go this week? I didn't go for so many places. Where did I go this week? Oh, for my acupuncture appointment. I was talking to my acupuncturist and she was saying how she used to watch The View, but she doesn't enjoy it anymore. And, she's a liberal white woman. You know what I'm saying? She's not she ain't going to walk around with a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, liberal white woman, but she certainly is I support y'all liberal white woman. Y'all know what I'm saying? She doesn't try to do too much and overdo it, but I definitely see her as an ally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if she's going to be downtown protesting, but she'd definitely be like, I got they back, that kind of thing. And she was saying how she just really doesn't enjoy the show anymore. And I've had that conversation with so many people because as somebody who has been watching The View from the beginning, again, I'm not going to say that I've never missed the episode because I have missed episodes. I'd be stupid to say I've never missed the episode, but I've probably seen 80% of The View. I've probably seen 80% of every episode of The View. I missed a few here and there, when I was working, didn't have a VCR because I used to tape The View on my VCR. I remember I told y'all I would tape The View at 11 o'clock and then I would tape All My Children, One Life to Live in General Hospital every day. And on the weekends, I would get caught up. So I didn't watch them, I usually didn't watch them all at one time, but on the weekends, honey, I get caught up on my soaps and on The View. So I missed episodes here and there. I did. But overall, I done seen the majority of them and all of the different carnations of it. And yes, they have always had a conservative point of view. But a lot of people talk about Elizabeth Hasselbeck. And yes, there have been times where Elizabeth Hasselbeck was combative. What up, viewers of you? Viewers of you, I saw you cutting up last night, girl. I saw you over there. Hey, boo. There were times when Elizabeth Hasselbeck was combative. But she wasn't opposite just to be opposite, because there were times when I saw Elizabeth find common ground with them. You was bad, but I understood. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. People push you into a corner, and what you supposed to do. I understand, baby. But you have Elizabeth Hasselbeck. I saw times when she found a common ground. You know, her and Rosie used to go at it, but Rosie, for as extreme right as Elizabeth is, Rosie was extreme left at the time. Now, it's funny because she's not seen as people don't look at Rosie O'Donnell now and feel like she's as extreme as she was seen to be back then. But in that moment, Rosie was way this way. Well, it would have been way this way. And Elizabeth was way this way, right? But I found that they came, but I cannot think of one topic where they can't seem to find any common ground. Like, no matter what the topic is, Meghan has to take the most extreme conservative point of view. I love Nicole Wallace. Listen, I love me some Nicole Wallace, and I didn't know if I was going to like Nicole Wallace because, you know, she worked for George Bush, and I was like, But she was actually, because again, she is someone who, she's one of those Republicans who I can respect because she is someone who has, her views have evolved over time to connect with where we are now, right? She, you know, clearly a Republican, believed in Republican ideals, but she's like the Joe Scarboroughs of the world that's kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm a Republican, but I ain't that kind of Republican. Like, I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Meghan can't do that. She just can't do it. Hey! Oh, hey, YBS Mary. Thank you. Rosie is still extreme. She is, but what I'm saying is, back then, like, remember when Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump got into that big kerfuffle, and she ended up quitting over it because ABC wanted her to apologize to him. And remember, him and Barbara Walters were such good friends, and they made her out to be the villain, even though Donald Trump started it with her, and he continued to berate her and come for her. Remember that? Well, we look back on that now with a different set of eyes, don't we? We feel a little bit different about it now because we see the bully that Donald Trump is, whereas then people did not put him in that same box. But you're right. Rosie is definitely still very extreme left. But remember, Rosie back then was seen extreme left because this was a gay woman who was out and proud. I mean, once Rosie came out the closet, baby, woo! Like, once she came out the closet, remember she was adopting. She adopted 4 or 5 kids. Remember, she was battling the laws in Florida that wouldn't let same-sex couples adopt. Like, remember, once Rosie came out the closet, she went whoosh, right? And a lot of the things that she was yelling about back then don't seem that radical now. They just don't seem that radical now. You know, Rosie knocked down the door for Ellen. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Rosie ain't been right since the 90s. I think, first of all, we know that, well, we may not know, but Rosie deals with anxiety and depression. And I also think that some of what we see are the results of how she copes with her anxiety and her depression. And that's true, Pete. So many people from New York have said, we knew. Like, we knew. Y'all might not have known, but we knew. You're convinced Meghan thinks her dad wrote the Constitution? Child. Right. And remember, Rosie O'Donnell had to be somebody different. When she first started doing the Rosie O'Donnell show, she had to be happy all the time. She couldn't talk about her sexuality. She couldn't be open about her sexuality. And it was like, I think, and again, this is my opinion, I don't know her like that. I ain't been on the phone with Rosie. But I think once she finally came out the closet and she was so open, I think it just sort of was like freeing. And then she just went way to the other extreme with it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord. Hold on. This is my mama, y'all. Hello? Yeah, what's up? Oh shoot, no. I thought you wanted me to call and get a copy from Andre. We can find another DJ. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable signing it, you ain't got to sign it. DJs will come a dime a dozen. Okay. I'm in the middle of doing something. When I'm done, I'll look at it. Okay. Bye. Lord have mercy. Okay. Y'all loved Rosie. Yeah. So see how we go left? We don't went left. But yeah, so that's Megan McCain, child. Again, I agree. I think ABC really needs to cut bait with her. Because I think they were of the mindset of I just think they were on the mindset of all publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity, but there is. And I just think we're at a point now where people are over it. I just think people are over it. All right. Black Girl Magic. Issa Rae signs a 9-figure film and television deal with Warner Media. Little Black Girl Magic. So even though Insecure is ending, for those of us who love Insecure, we are definitely going to be getting some good stuff in the future from Issa Rae. And so I am so here for it. Okay. What am I in the middle of? What about JFK Jr.? Oh, hold on. Let me scroll back up a little bit. You can buy opposing opinion. Oh, you can have opposing opinions, but we have at least agreed on a set of facts. These conservatives are now living in the land of delusion and lie about everything. Yeah, and that's the reality. You know what? That's valid. That's a valid point. That's a valid point. There has to be. We have to acknowledge that there are facts. Facts are facts, America. Okay, like some things are just facts. They don't change. You know what I'm saying? You can have an opinion about the fact, but the fact is the fact. And I think that's what we're getting away from, is that we are living in a revisionist history where we want to change the facts to fit our narrative instead of it being the reality, you know? La Queen, I agree, and I agree to a certain extent. Yes, I would love to continue to see the people from Insecure do great things, but I also would love to see her continue to go reach and find new talent. I would absolutely love to see her continue to find new talent. Because I think that was so great about the cast of Insecure, is that we found some people that we may or may not have known about that now she has elevated, and hopefully they can take those opportunities and move to the next place. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where but I would love for her to continue to find new talent, I remember when I was where I was when JFK, his wife and his sister died. I cried because he was a New York staple and his family had suffered so much. Yeah. I remember when I found out about it. Yeah. And there was something else happened. Yeah, they definitely had a rough one. The Kennedys. Whew, bam. Definitely. Okay. Now here's a debate. We got 2 debates and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay. We got 2 debates. So Mona Scott Young says that she is scrutinized very differently when compared to Andy Cohen and Carlos King as it relates to reality TV. Now, agree or disagree? I'm gonna tell y'all my opinion, but agree or disagree? I missed the show she had here on YouTube called Giants. Who, Rosie? I never knew Rosie had a show on YouTube. I heard the airlines. I'm gonna read that while y'all come up with it. Okay. I heard the airlines. Oh, you talking about Issa Rae. Issa is producing a show with Mark Phillips, who is a comedian on Instagram, very famous for his skits. Okay. Oh, the air. Yeah, I do know there's something with the airlines because I know it's something with the airlines and the vaccine card. Yeah, I do know. I don't know all the details, but I do hear about it. More so Andy Cohen, not so much Carlos King. Oh, please. John F. Kennedy tried to launch a coup and got caught with his pants down, then wouldn't pull out of Vietnam. He also had mafia ties. They weren't victims. That was karma. Oh, okay. All right. More so Andy Cohen. Okay. Issa Rae had a show called Giants. Oh, it was Issa Rae. Okay. Most of Mona's cast has only fan pages. I think that is not an exact parallel comparison. Mona is what? What is that? Is that an exclamation point? Mona is what? Now my eyes ain't blurry today. I don't see what that says. Mona is. The Housewives shows are more entertaining than love and hip hop shows. Trash. I'm going to say this. This is my opinion. I agree with DC. I don't think it's an exact parallel. All reality TV isn't the same, and all level and caliber of reality TV isn't the same. I never really watched. I feel like, and this is gonna probably piss some people off, but y'all know I piss y'all off about 2 or 3 times a week, so it's just my quota. Andy Cohen is selling a dream and a lifestyle. Mona Scott Young is selling trash. Now, over the years, have the Real Housewives done salacious things and tabloid type things? Sure. But overall, is that the brand of the Real Housewives? That's not the brand of the Real Housewives. But Love and Hip Hop's brand from the very beginning has been trash. It just has. It has. And is it entertaining trash? Sure, it wouldn't still be around if people didn't find it entertaining, if it didn't get the ratings, if people didn't like it. But please don't turn yourself into a martyr, Mona. Please don't make yourself out to be that you're falling on the sword of reality TV, because you're not. You're not. You know, you are selling us the idea of, oh, these are hip hop artists and we're going to show them in the studio. We're going to show them doing this. We're going to show them doing that. But you have created, like all reality shows do. We know all reality shows are produced, so we get that. But you are creating that. I just don't see the comparison. Now, there are some things that I could say that, you know, Bravo gets away with that Mona doesn't get away with. I can agree with that. And I wouldn't even put Carlos in that same category with Mona. And I'm going to say why. So out of the 3, I know Carlos did that R&B, not R&B Divas, but that the Diva show with him and Todd did that show where it had Countess Vaughn on there and Jai Parker and Yvonne from Girlfriends. I can't think of her name right now. That was trash. But when I look at the Love and Huntsville marriage and I look at Hollywood Divas, thank you, Cass. Hey, boo. Hey, Cass Meow. But when I think of the Love and Marriage Huntsville and I think of the Bell Collective, yes, they have given us trash. And this is what I've been saying all season about Bell Collective. Yes, they have given us trash. But in the trash, they have also given us some great Black girl magic. They are definitely highlighting. What's up, Ms. Bethany? They are definitely highlighting some positive Black images, and especially in the case of Bell Collective, because we're seeing women entrepreneurs. We are seeing women who are out here doing the damn thing. Now, do we have some drama? We certainly do. I mean, that's part of the formula. That's why we tune in. But ultimately, they're giving us some great Black girl magic. Love and Marriage Huntsville, the same thing. Love and Marriage Huntsville got hijacked with, for those of you who watch my reviews, y'all know I always say when reality TV meets reality. Love and Marriage Huntsville got hijacked with reality because the Martell Melody Holt divorce affair drama was not the focus point of the show. It sort of hijacked the show because their private life became social salacious and it played out in social media and it brought viewers to the show. So it sort of hijacked the show. But at the core of Love and Marriage Huntsville, again, we are seeing young Black entrepreneurs building up their community. We are seeing, the Scotts. You got Maurice Scott, who just graduated from law school, who has a credit repair business and who is a real estate agent. His wife, Kimmy, who also works with him in the business, but she's also a frontline worker. She's a nurse. We have even Marcel and Melody. When you take the salaciousness away from the affair and his cheating and stuff, we also, they're real estate. They're building affordable housing. They're building homes throughout, the city and the state. Same thing with Marcel. So yeah, they give us some drama and some salaciousness, but at the core of it, that's not what's there. Whereas with Mona Scott Young, and I will wait. For the exception of this last show that she just did called Family Reunion, which I thought was great TV. I thought it was some great feel-good TV. Y'all give me five. I'll make it 4. Give me 4 positive love and hip-hop storylines from any season. Let me read the comments while y'all come up with them, because y'all can school me. So you're going to be, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, are we arguing in the comments? Oh, okay, yeah, y'all going, okay, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to let y'all argue in the comments. I'm going to let y'all just be respectful. We can disagree with that, but we can still stay respectful. But y'all can definitely have a difference of opinion. Okay. Okay. Same with Love and Marriage Huntsville. There's a lot of trash, but at least we're seeing, right, exactly. I mean, on next week's episode, they're opening up. They took a strip mall in a bad neighborhood, and they turned it into a brunch spot, a cigar bar, Black owned. Like, again, we see them doing some great things in their community. Mona needs to take some pointers from Andy, even if he's shady. Yeah, he's shady as hell now. And don't get me wrong, I ain't saying that Andy is without sin. That ain't what I'm saying. But I don't think her comparison is valid. That's just my opinion. There's nothing real about reality shows. It's all stage garbage with rots of intelligence and gives unrealistic expectations of what reality is. I'm gonna say 90% of it, but there are things when things happen in real life that come into play. But I will say that 90% of it is bullshit. Maybe we expect more of Mona as a Black. Daggone it. Maybe we expect more of Mona as a Black woman, but we shouldn't. She can do what she wants. Carlos is a different format of reality TV. Eddie is the most messy, but he pays well. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not mad at Mona. I'm just saying, because listen, get your money, boo. All I'm saying is just don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Like, you deal in mess. You are messy. You make messy TV. You exploit people for the mess. And they make, Popeye's gift cards while you making millions. Call a spade a spade. It is what it is. But don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. And now you want to play martyr and act like boo hoo hoo. They're holding me to a different standard. No, they're not. Now, if she comes out and says, hey, I pitched these same type of shows that they wouldn't let me do, yet they let Andy Cohen do it, that's a different conversation. But based on what you have produced, I can only go by what's out there. And I would say Andy gets drugged just as much as Mona. I hear people both call them ain't shit. Probably Andy more so than Mona. I don't know. I think Andy's starting to get it now. But in the beginning, oh no, they loved him some Andy Cohen, honey. Andy Cohen could do no wrong. They said he was messy. But see, it's almost like they called him messy in a good way. Oh, Andy, he's so messy. But now I'm seeing, especially these, the last year or so, I do see Andy being called out more and more. But in the beginning, it was, oh, he's so messy. And it was like, it was cute. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, he's just messy. Are we arguing in the chat with parents? Yes, they are. But listen, I'm letting them argue. You notice I ain't said nothing. I'm letting them, as long as they stay respectful, they can do what they do. But I ain't got no dog in that fight. Remy Ma rebuilding her family and career after prison. Yes, but that wasn't Mona Scott Young. That was Remy Ma taking lemons and making lemonade. You see what I'm saying? I agree. Same thing with Cardi B. Cardi B is probably the most successful person to come out of the Love and Hip Hop franchise, including people who were already established artists before they went on Love and Hip Hop. Her and K. Michelle, I think, are probably the two most successful to come out of the franchise. But the flip side of that is I don't think it was the franchise that did it. It was them taking lemons and making lemonade. Remember, Cardi B left the show after she started blowing up. She knew when to get out. She did her minimum. She fulfilled her contract obligations, and she got the hell out of Love and Hip Hop. And she ain't looked back. Y'all remember that she came on for her second season, and that's when she started blowing up. And by the end of that first season, I think Cardi B was in like 5 episodes. Same thing with Remy Ma. Remy Ma doesn't, if you pay attention, Remy Ma don't get into that mess. Now she'll be the peacemaker. She plays peacemaker, and she'll play mentor. But Remy don't be jumping across tables. First of all, she can't. I mean, she can't afford to. She's, obviously she's still on parole. Well, she was. So she really couldn't do a lot of this, the craziness. But remember, they tried to get her caught. I remember one of the stars of the show tried to say that Remy Ma beat her up backstage. And I mean, literally, they didn't take her back to jail, but she did get arrested, and they put her ankle monitor back on and all that other stuff until she had to literally show that she wasn't even there at the time that they were accusing her of doing this. So the show did almost get her ass put back in jail. I'm sure that my mods are on top of it. If somebody get out of hand, they'll be handled. K. Michelle's little ditty about Rashida having bags and her husband being a girl. What? K. Michelle's little ditty about Rashida having bags. Little baby, I'm not doing this with you. What's up, Bat? Hey, boo. Yeah, I think Cardi B, out of the whole Love and Hip Hop franchise, I think Cardi B is the most successful out of any of the franchises. I really do. Oh Lord, here come Cat falling out the sky. I'm a stripper with fake nails, too much plastic surgery, a bad personality, super ghetto mindset, a horrible excuse for music. Hold on, Cognito. Now, hold on. Hold on now. Cardi, my girl now. Don't be coming for my girl Cardi now. Don't be coming for my girl Cardi. Again, I think you're trying to say, you're saying something, 2 different things. I ain't said nothing about Cardi B being an advancement to anything. I'm talking about her taking lemons and making lemonade and becoming successful. Nobody outside of Instagram knew who the hell Cardi B was when she first came on Love and Hip Hop. If you didn't follow her on Instagram, which she did have a presence on Instagram, but I didn't know who she was. But by the end of that second season, Bodak Yellow was out, and she ain't looked back since. So I'm sorry. I'm not blaming Mona for that, Xavier. I'm not blaming Mona for that at all. What I'm saying is, I'm not blaming Mona. What I'm saying, though, is we're not going to compare. I ain't going to say we, because y'all can do what y'all want. I'm not going to compare Mona to Carlos and to Andy to say that that they come for her harder. I'm saying that the product that you're putting out is why people come for you harder. I don't think she puts out that level of quality. That's my opinion, though. I don't know how many people watched the first seasons, but Samaya Reese was successful business wise, and she wasn't portrayed well on TV. Oh, I don't know. Oh, she talking to Xavier. Okay, because I was like, dang, why we coming for my girl Cardi? That's my boo thing. Who in the world thinks Cardi B is supposed to advance society? Oh. All right, hold on. El Teddy must be behind in the chat because he's talking about Oliver. Child, we figured out it was John Oliver. He must not, because he'll say something to me in a minute about being behind in the chat and putting shit in the chat. So he must not realize he behind in the chat because we said John Oliver name 20 minutes ago. What it means that she exploits more African Americans than anyone. I don't want to fight. Okay, it's going down in the chat. I see y'all are having a good time in the chat today. Uh-oh. Don't come for my girl TS, Brandon. What you saying about TS now? It's like comparing yellow, green, and red apples. All apples, but maybe best served for different recipes. Exactly. Let me put you up on here because I like that. The younger generation has no bars to hold with them. They missed the best rap. Well, yeah, we ain't even going to talk about the... Listen, don't even get me started on the music now. I think Annie should think about bringing her to Real Housewives of... Oh, no. First of all, Real Housewives of Atlanta can't afford Cardi. There would be no reason for Cardi B to go onto any reality show at this point. None. She has nothing to gain by going on reality TV. And I ain't even trying to put it out there like that. She has nothing to gain. I don't think she exploits African Americans. I think she exploits anybody who will let her. It's not her fault if they don't carry themselves better. Well, now I disagree with that, Xavier, because exploitation, when you think about what the word exploitation means, is that you are exploiting, you're taking advantage of someone who may be in a predicament where they don't have a good place to bargain, or a good what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who's in a bad situation and you offering them something, and so you offer them. It's like when somebody needs a job really, really badly, and you know that they're desperate and that they'll accept anything, and you normally would offer somebody $50,000 for this job, but you know how desperate they are, and they'll take the job for $30,000, and so you give them the job for $30,000. You're exploiting them. Now, did they have to accept it? I guess they didn't have to accept it. They could have kept going and gambled and held out and whatever, but you exploited the situation. And so to say that Mona Sky Young doesn't exploit, she does exploit, because look at who's going on. Look who's going on Love and Hip Hop. These are people who, the majority of them, again, I'm talking majority, the majority of them are so desperate to get onto TV for whatever their reason is. Maybe they think that they'll be able to take this opportunity and parlay it into something else. Maybe they think that they just desperate to get on TV. Maybe they just want to, for whatever their reason is. These are people who, for the most part, again, for the most part, not every single example, but for the most part, are desperate, and so she exploits it. She exploits it. Look at who's going on Love and Hip Hop. You have very few exceptions. You have people like Ray J, where you looking at him side-eye going, what the fuck are you doing on Love and Hip Hop? And then we find out later on, Ray J making money out the back door with Love and Hip Hop. Ray J is on Love and Hip Hop making money on the back end. Ray J ain't making, he don't care nothing about Love and Hip Hop. He making money on the back end. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the average person who's on Love and Hip Hop, yes, they might be a quote unquote legend. We look at the Trick Daddies and the Trinas, but let's not get it twisted. Trick Daddy and Trina wouldn't be on Love and Hip Hop Miami if they ain't need a paycheck. Let's not get it twisted. Let's be clear. You look at somebody like Akeisha Cole, who did exactly what she went on Love and Hip Hop to do. She went on Love and Hip Hop for that one season. She put her album out. I mean, I don't think too many people bought it, but she put her album out and she dipped. She filmed minimal. She did the minimal amount of filming in that season. She ain't get involved in no bullshit. She put her album out and she dipped. Exactly, y'all. That back end contract ain't nothing to be played with. And so you think about somebody like a Yandy. Why the fuck y'all think Yandy's still doing Love and Hip Hop? Yandy ain't doing Love and Hip Hop because Yandy is making money off the back end of Love and Hip Hop. And I think somebody was telling me that was her idea to begin with. She took it to Mona, and they made some sort of agreement or whatever. And that's why Yandy is on Love and Hip Hop for life. Okay, Yandy is the unwritten. What's the girl? Shawnee O'Neal. Yandy is the unwritten Shawnee O'Neal. Please don't get it twisted. Anybody on that Love and Hip Hop New York franchise, if they piss Yandy off, they will be gone. She runs that franchise. And promise you, ain't nobody on there that they don't want on there. Even when they brought Chrissy back, people wanted to make such a big deal about it. Trust and believe, if Yandy wasn't cool with Chrissy coming back, Chrissy and Joe and Jim Jones' ass would not have been back on last season. Please know that. Mona's been doing reality TV for 11 years. At some point, it's on you to realize who you're dealing with. Exactly. Listen, this is the same thing I used to say when people, I've used this example a million times. I'll use it again. Simon Cowell, American Idol. American Idol been coming on for 30 years. I'm exaggerating, but it's probably been close to 20, okay? The first season of American Idol, sure, you didn't know what you were getting yourself into. You ain't know Simon Cowell was as big of an asshole as he was, whatever. Season 2, I give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you said, well, he's going to be nicer this year. He won't be as mean this year. Okay, cool. By that third season of American Idol, if you took your happy ass on American Idol and knew your ass couldn't sing, or your friends didn't stop you, your family didn't stop you, then guess what? I don't have no sympathy for you sitting up there and Simon Cowell being mean to you. Did he have to be as mean as he was to people? No. Could he have been nicer? Sure. But I don't feel sorry for nobody who went up on American Idol knowing they ass couldn't sing. Knowing that your mama, the choir director, the only person who thought you could sing was your grandma, okay? Everybody else told you, baby, you got more of a shower voice. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Judge Judy. Y'all know I love me some. Listen, I watch Judge Judy every day. When I say every day, I mean every day. And I've been watching Judge Judy for 20 years. Faithfully. And I don't feel sorry for not no motherfucker that go on Judge Judy. You know why? Because Judge Judy ain't changed in 20 years. You knew who she was 20 years ago. You knew who she was 10 years ago. You know who she is now. And she ain't changed. So anybody that agrees to go on to Judge Judy, knowing you got a dumbass story, knowing you gonna act crazy, look crazy, and sound crazy, you deserve whatever you get because you went on that show knowing exactly what you was getting. So I feel like I agree, we can't put it all on Mona, but let's not act like Mona don't take advantage of the situation because she does. Exactly. Hey, Mr. Pisces, exactly. Not even the grandmama. Right, nobody wanted that. That's why I tell my mama all the time, I don't go, even before COVID, I grew up in the church. Now, I ain't grow up like, church every day of the week. I grew up Catholic, so y'all know we was, but I went to church every week, okay? I went to Sunday school, okay? I went to Catholic school, okay? All of that. But please understand, I tell my mama now, I do not do church holidays. You know why I don't do church holidays? I don't go to church on Easter. I don't go to church on Christmas. I don't do church holidays. Why don't? And when I do have to go to church for like growing up Catholic for Ash Wednesday, Good Friday, the sacraments, Palm Sunday, to get certain things, I go to the early mass, get in and get out. You know why? Because I'm not going to be here for 3 hours listening to the children's choir, the young adult choir, the young adult choir, the contemporary choir, the jazz ensemble, the senior choir, just because everybody want to sing on Easter and half of their asses can't sing. I'm not doing that to myself. No, ma'am, Pam. Nope. I'm good. I see y'all next week when y'all put y'all Easter suits back in the closet. How about that? I don't do that. Child. Judge Judah Shinley could have been she sure could have been Supreme Court. Listen, you talk about somebody funny. Can y'all imagine what her decisions, how she would write her decisions? Child. Don't talk about your church. Like, what church? What church you talking about? Oh, that's your church on Easter? Y'all know that's half of y'all on Easter. Shoot. I'm like, listen, I was here last week. I'll be here next week, but y'all can have Easter. I tell my mama all the time, I give Easter over to the once a yearers. They can have it. They can have Easter Sunday. I'm good. I was there last week. I was there for Palm Sunday. I'll be there for I'm good. I'll be back next week. I'm good. Ciao. Judge Judy taught you life lessons. Ciao. Okay, we're gonna get out of here because it's been an hour and a half. I didn't get to everybody because again, it's been so much going on. We haven't done topics, so I'll be back at some point this weekend. El Teddy did a live earlier today called he did a politics of it all earlier today. I was going to talk a little politics. We did talk a little bit about politics, but I was going to talk about the Georgia the voter suppression law down in Georgia, but I didn't get to it today. But y'all check El Teddy out. He did a live this morning. I know that most of y'all in my chat right now are subscribed to El Teddy, but if you are not, El Teddy, drop your link, please. There are 93 people in the room. Please make sure. I would love. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Please subscribe if you have not already subscribed to the channel. And can y'all hit that like button for me since y'all in here? I appreciate that so much. Thank you for the super chat. I believe that was YBS Mary. Thank you so much for the super chat, baby. We're gonna get out of here in a minute. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all Avon, okay? Do I need little baby? Can somebody drop the Avon link? I appreciate everybody who ordered Avon in the last week. Everything is gone. Everything has been shipped. If you are having problems getting your order, let me know. Somebody reached out to me the other day, but I just got a word that she got it today. So please let me know. Avon is usually really quick with the orders, but I think they had a little hiccup this weekend because the system wasn't updating. So I told y'all that from Friday to Monday, the system never updated. So it just kept showing me that I had certain orders, but the statuses were the same. And then on Monday, everything updated. And then to yesterday, everything updated. So anybody who ordered some Avon, it should already be out. If you didn't already get it, please hit me up on Instagram and let me know. And I'll check it out for you. But I'm not going to get to that today, but we may talk about it. We're going to do a podcast with Face and Mink on Sunday. So Sunday, we might get to it. And I was going to talk about Sesame Street, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that later on this weekend. Sesame Street is going to introduce 2 new Black characters to help explain racial differences to kids. Now, and we'll also get into the verses. There are 2 verses put out a whole calendar, but they blurred out a lot of the names. So they told us the dates that they're going to do the verses, but they haven't given us all of the names. Now, there are 2 verses coming up. I believe one is Sunday. It's going to be the Isley Brothers versus Earth, Wind, and Fire. Baby, that's going to be a pour you some brown liquor and pull you out a good old cigar and just sit back and vibe. That's going to be a good old vibe one right there. You're just going to pull out you a cigar and some brown liquor and just lean back on it. And just lean back on it, okay? Lean with it, rock with it, okay? Patrice Colors. I have to Google it because I'm not familiar with it. I'll Google it. The answer is I'll look it up and let you know. And then we got our good old Escape versus SWV. I think we asked for this. I feel like that's one of the ones we came up with. Well, I think that's May the 8th. I believe that's May the 8th. And I feel like that's one of the ones we talked about in the chat. So I feel like we asked for this. I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to it. I hope that it's not 2 hours late and on some bullshit, but I'm definitely here for it. Yeah, they have a 5-year-old and his dad, a meteorologist. They explain melanin to Elmo. Yeah, I'm here for it. Yeah, El Teddy went a little left in the live, but y'all know that's what he does, especially when he gets to talking about politics. You know, he gets very passionate. And he goes a little left. But that's what he does. So y'all go and check him out. Y'all go see what he's talking about. Y'all are going to get some reviews tonight. I don't know. I'm going to try to get up my members only Married at First Sight. I got behind on Married at First Sight, so I apologize. I was having a lot of problems with my DVR. It wasn't taping on the DVR, and I had to keep watching it over. It was just a lot. But I'm caught up. So if you would want to become a member, y'all make sure y'all go and become a member. We have our members only lives, which we will be having one sometime in the next couple of days. We'll be having a members only live. We have our members only reviews, which right now it is Married at First Sight. Is a members only review. Y'all make sure that, if you want to become a member, y'all go on and hook it up. Y'all go click the join button over to my my home page. Y'all got Bell Collective tonight, RuPaul tonight, Married at First Sight. I'm gonna try to do tonight, but that's a 2-hour episode. Jesus, that's a lot of my night. And Delilah. I'm gonna literally watch Delilah as soon as I get off of here. So Delilah will probably drop tonight. Listen, little baby stupid. My final word on Derrick Jackson is this. Because I just can't give him no more energy. My final word on Derrick Jackson is, and I'm serious when I say what I'm getting ready to say. Oh, thank you, Yocrates. You can join just by hitting the super chat button and clicking join. I didn't know that. See how you learn something new every day? Thank you, y'all. Mwah. Thank you, baby. Let me say this. And this is going to be mean when I say it. But I'm serious, and what I'm getting ready to say, I think y'all gonna think I'm playing, but I'm not. I'm being dead ass serious. Like, I'm dead serious when I say what I'm getting ready to say. My last word on Derrick Jackson is, keep an eye on that wife. She ain't good. She ain't doing good. Keep an eye on her. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Because I don't want to put nothing bad on nobody. But keep an eye on her. I need a black bonnet to protect. You know what? I'm not doing this with you. Okay, DC, you said it, not me. You said it, not me. Oh, that's what you were talking about, Xavier. Sharon Osbourne is out of the talk. Well, we'll talk about her later, because I ain't about to get started on that whole Sharon Osbourne, but she's gone. My only thing is, why did it take 2 weeks for them to come up with that decision? But whatever. We'll talk about it later. Yeah, little baby. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say with that. Because I don't want to put nothing bad in the universe, but... Okay, Tracy? See, I don't want to put it in the universe, but y'all saying it in the chat. Y'all are saying it in the chat. And let me say this. AJ, I don't know if... I think I'm assuming it was a young lady. I appreciate everybody having their opinions, and we're definitely going to disagree. Like I said earlier, y'all are welcome, here, and your opinions are welcome. I just ask that everybody stay respectful in it, and that's it. That's it. Because y'all disagree with me. Shit. Y'all don't like everything that come out my mouth. I just ask that we be respectful in the chat. That's all. Y'all know I got a couple of mods that got short fuses. I ain't gonna say no names, El Teddy and Abby, but y'all know. Okay. Not the Skin So Soft, the leading product in America. Y'all better go on and get y'all some Skin So Soft over to the Avon. All right, y'all, I'm out. I'll be here tomorrow at some time. Not sure exactly when, but I'll be here tomorrow at some time. And Sunday, like I said, 12:30, we'll be doing podcast with Mink and Face. We will talk about Sharon Osbourne. Definitely talk about that. We'll talk about Georgia, the Voting Rights Act. We'll definitely touch on that. And I'm sure we'll get some other things here and there. With that being said, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace.